This video is sponsored by Bityard. With over 400 cryptos to trade on their spot, perpetual coin futures, USDT futures, with leverage of 1x to up to 125x, you can trade foreign exchange, commodities like gold, silver and oil, and traditional markets like Nasdaq, all with some of the lowest fees available on any trading platform. You can use their copy trader to copy other traders with better performance than you, or you can become a copy trader yourself and earn a few extra percent from the people that follow you. Plus you got 9 out of 10 stars from the Coin Bureau guy. Bityard! Hello everybody, welcome back. So I am obviously at the moment the most accurate YouTuber out there when it comes to charts. I am also the most modest, and the reason I'm saying that is that obviously my channel's never been big. I was just talking to people on the Telegram about it and I thought, look, what the hell? You know, when you get calls right, you get calls right, okay? So I was talking about the everything bounce last week, so a week ago basically. You know, I was buying into stocks marking the absolute low. So here we go. The stocks have been marked as the low. This might not be the bottom, but so far so good. Major indexes like the Dow Jones Industrial Average, S&P, bullish engulfing candle on all of these, on your weeklies, 6% up. Like I said, I bought into all of these last Friday, and I made a big show about it. I say a big show. I tried to put it out there as much as possible. So 7, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8 on the indexes, individual stocks. As in, I said, look, I'm only buying the top 4 of the Nasdaq. Apple up 9, almost 10%. Tesla is up quite significantly, to be honest with you. 18% there at this very moment, 15%. So completely crushing the stocks as well, I have to say. Absolutely annihilating the stocks. 12% up for Amazon. And not on top of all of that, I called the oil top around 120. We've sunk all the way down by 12.5%, and obviously lower on the wicks and looking to go lower. So, like I say, sometimes you've got to say it as it is. That was just me calling the bottom of the stocks, calling it the everything bounce. People throw up when I talk about these sort of things. What are you talking about? It's going down. Not only that, but if we go back a couple more weeks, I was telling everybody why I was buying altcoins today. This is 12 days ago. Let's have a little look at what goes on with the altcoins 12 days ago. So we're talking altcoins to Bitcoin. I took my Bitcoin, put it into altcoins 12 days ago. And lo and behold, we're up 12 days to the tune of, well, basically 44%. That was a good trade. Anything else going on here with Chainlink? Yeah, there is actually. What was this? 12 days ago? Yes, it was. It was 12 days ago when I bought into that low. And there you go, 53% up. And the list goes on. Honestly, I don't know why people don't follow me or watch me or whatever, but they really do need to. So let's have a think about what's going on right now. So obviously the everything bounce is everything. So we're talking major indexes, you know, Dow Jones, S&P and Nasdaq and all the others in between, and the individual stocks within all of that bouncing as well. And because of the correlation, we've got Bitcoin and crypto bouncing through association with that. Notice that I don't know if you look at shitcoins, but notice how I haven't really touted shitcoins. Been going in for the larger cap, high liquidity ones like Chainlink. Jasmy's my biggest wild card, but Algorand, XRP, all of these ones are the ones that I've been saying have probably got the best. Well, they do have the best setups, to be honest with you, but they're also the ones that have yielded the biggest moves as well versus their Bitcoin pairs. Let's have a look at this. Is XRP. What the heck? 12 days ago, from bottom to top, 48%. From this current moment in time, 39%. You know, it's all about playing charts and signals. TA does work, alright? TA does work, and if you do it more in depth rather than looking at individual coins, and you look at the broader picture, which is something that we really do need to do, which is effectively inflation. When you think about the things that go into inflation, which is obviously things like oil prices, the only thing that we can really hold on to when it comes to trying to front run CPI data, and we saw that oil was at the top, food prices being wheat as well at the top, consolidating. And obviously our rate hike. So, I mean, I've said it all before. I just thought it'd be worth blowing my own trumpet for a little bit to let you know what's going on. So let's have a think about what is going on then with Bitcoin. So if everything's going to continue to go up for a little while, I'm not saying that this is the absolute low. This is why I called it the everything bounce, not the everything reversal. Where could we potentially be going to? Well, I can tell you now, there's no reason why it can't go all the way up and make a new all-time. There's no reason why that can't happen. I'm pretty confident that we will show that inflation has peaked next month in the US. That would cause more confidence to resume within the market, but it might not be enough to carry on all the way up. However, historically, it's worth recognizing that things like the S&P does find bottoms when inflation peaked. I think, was it Benjamin Cohen said that? It says, all right, we can't expect an uptrend until inflation has actually peaked. Well, I went one further than him and tried to front run the inflation data, which is why I'm calling for the everything bounce, and positioned myself in all these stocks and indexes at what probably the absolute lows, rather than sitting around waiting for the next CPI data. I tried to crunch those numbers myself through the use of TA to expect a lower CPI figure come through. So if all these are going to continue up, it seems reasonable to assume that Bitcoin's going to continue up, and I think that our destination over this next couple of weeks could be as high as 29,000. That might sound completely ridiculous and unrealistic, and obviously, you know, that is quite high. That's another 35% move. But if we do get continuation and we do get confidence resume in the market, then I wouldn't say that that's unreasonable, because, like I say, a lot of people are waiting on the sidelines to turn bullish because they want to be told that we're bullish again by CPI data. Are we bullish yet? I don't know. Well, look, if you need an old man to tell you that you're bullish, maybe trading's not quite for you, to be honest with you. So there is a chance that we get rejected at any one of these moving averages, but there's incremental steps that we just need to break. First one is basically where we are. 10 exponential moving average is basically where we're struggling to get across now, as you can see that. Currently stands, and probably will stand here for a little while, 21,500. Breaking through there goes straight to the 21 exponential moving average, which is about 23,700, give or take. Once that's been sliced through, then it shouldn't be too hard to move up here. I do have a 50 exponential moving average. Where's that? Yeah, that's hanging around at about 28,000. So effectively approaching the summer lows, which is all this area, 28,000 to 30,000, this area. So that all seems reasonable in the face of the everything bounce, which even though I called the bottom on that and positioned myself at the bottom, I didn't expect any kind of momentum to start gathering for maybe up to 3 weeks. But things did start to really turn around quite quickly, which I'm quite pleased about. And with that in mind, we could have this momentum now leading into the CPI data, which could cause another big push up. But remember, in the context of everything, we are still in the midst of a bearish chart, so we have to respect that. This is bearish chart. Same with major indexes. In fact, let's just have a look at the Nasdaq as a good example of this. This is a giant descending triangle. So despite this chart looking really good, catching the lows on that one, moving up to the point of 8% so far, we can move up to the top of this. 24, this week, to, 23 next week, 22, 21, week by week, week by week, week by week. The resistance just gets lower and lower and lower, which is why descending triangles are bearish, because the support stays the same and the resistance gets lower every time you test it, basically meaning, if you're trading within a triangle, which is never really a good thing, unless of course you've got a fix on it, you're pretty confident what's going on, because it is it's more likely to break down than break out. But obviously they do break out eventually. This cannot take the Nasdaq to zero. It will break out one day, and that breakout will be a setup in itself. But yeah, this is why it's bearish and a bearish formation. But look, like I say, I think I had a fix on it. I was pretty confident about it. This is why I made that video about the everything bounce in the midst of everybody in the world being bearish. Now people are slowly warming to the idea of bullishness, but I wouldn't say it's too late. I just feel like I need to tell people that I did tell everybody a week ago that all markets are about to break bullish, and I told everybody a week before that altcoins were the place to position yourself in. Not all, but the ones that I highlighted, and the ones that have gone 50% higher than Bitcoin. So, trading, when you end up trading like me, which is mostly on the spot, you make the most of everything that's given to you. I said the cards we've been dealt are okay. They're not bad. They're worth playing. So we've played them, and we've continued to play the cards we dealt. And so far, despite everybody being bearish, calling for much lower prices, which are still on the cards, the obvious trade was up. And I'll tell you what, I posted my video on Reddit and everybody was going absolutely bonkers about it. Absolutely crazy. And do you know what? I went back on there today to have a look, just to say, look, it's been a week now. Can you see what I'm seeing? Guess what? I've been kicked out of the groups. They knew I was going to come back. They knew I was going to come back and just say, well, it looks like I might have been onto something. Honestly, you would have thought that normally, people would be like, finally, somebody who has some handle on these charts, and somebody that maybe we could learn from. But no, They were much more comfortable with the idea of banning me from the group, despite calling it absolutely. Never mind. Right, well, I'll leave with you there. I'm going to make some more videos throughout the weekend and stuff, tutorial ones, because it is going to be a slow market generally speaking, but I just thought I'd make this one out to let everybody know that called the bottom of all the markets, called the altcoin reversal, called it all. In fact, for the last couple of weeks, I've pretty much called everything spot on. So feel free to subscribe and share this video with your grandma and everybody else. Take it easy.